are live. Hello, ladies. Today we're talking about how to trust yourself after past mistakes. Let me know when you can hear me and see me in the chat. This is a topic that's really near and dear to my heart because I know that this is something powerful women, driven women, spiritual women really struggle with and deal with, regardless of where they are in their journey. In fact, the interesting thing about this is the higher and more evolved you are in your journey, the more you tend to judge yourself for making quote unquote mistakes in the past. And I see this coming up in my high level mentorship and private coaching containers a lot, where badass, powerful women that have created massive success in their life are still stuck on this one thing or two things in the past that's actually stopping them from moving forward in their growth. And so this is something that I want to help you put to rest today. So today's transmission and riff is going to be all about trusting yourself, regardless of what mistakes you may have made in the past. If you would like to participate in this riff and transmission, because I'm very much like I tap into the collective energy from your questions and comments, and that kind of informs my riffing and my transmissions, then go ahead and join the Level Up Queens membership. The link is in the description box. There's also a join button that you can use. Welcome in, everyone. I'm going to come visit with you guys once I kind of get into the transmission that's coming through for today. So let's start. So our past mistakes, things that were invoking some kind of an emotion in us, like shock or regret or guilt or shame, can often get like lodged into our system. And when it gets lodged into our system, we have this way of maneuvering around the thing. And when I say the thing, it's anything that resembles that thing. So let me share with you a recent story from my life that's going to really anchor in this point for you guys. So do you guys remember the game of life, the board game? Let me know in the chat if you remember playing that in your childhood. That it was one of my most favorite board games. And my example actually comes from that board game. So I want to make sure that at least some of you guys are familiar with this board game. I know there's a lag, so I'll pause and let you guys answer. Hi, Jamie, Christian, AJ. Welcome, Laura, to Level Up Queens. We've got new members. We played that. Okay. So we've got some people that remember that game. Oh my God, I just have this game right here in front of me. Oh my God. Okay, we're all aligned. So I love that game. And there's certain games from my childhood that I just love playing with my kids. Well, recently, a few months ago, my children informed me that there was a video game version of life, and it's on the Nintendo Switch. And I was like, what? I want it. And so they bought it for me. And we've been playing this game like non-stop. Like we are obsessed with this game and we just love it. And Irfan never played like the actual life board game, but he loves the video game. And so there's one point in the video game, and it's the same for the board game, where there's a fork in the road. There's several forks in the road. But this one particular fork in the road is where you have to now decide where you're going to go the safe path. It literally says safe or risky, which is like really interesting. And for me, playing video games, playing board games, watching movies, reading books, having experiences, traveling, talking to people, everything like adds to my wisdom and my like knowledge. It like activates things in me. So when I was at this fork in the road, I kept choosing the safe path. And my son, my 14-year-old, kept choosing the risky path. In fact, at one point I was like, are you going to choose risky? Like, what? And he's like, yeah, it's so fun. And I thought about it, right? And I talked with him about it. I said, why am I so afraid of choosing the risky path? And he said, because there's a small chance that you might get like you have to pay taxes if you land on like the taxes part, and there's more points where you can land on taxes. And he's like, well, there's like a small chance that you'll land on taxes, but there's so many more chances that you're going to get like the good things. Because of the small chance of the taxes, you won't take the risk. And hi, Feminine Rose. And I was like, interesting. Okay. So I was like, I'm going to choose risk. So after I had this discussion with him, I started choosing the risky path. And I chose it once, and then again, and then again. And then like about the fourth or fifth time, I got 2 of the taxes back to back. And without realizing it, after that, I stopped choosing the risky path, even though there's way more benefits than the risk, and I started playing the safe path. Now, in this game, there are some times where you should choose the safe path. It's better for you to choose the same path depending on how many variables, other variables are at play. But I wasn't basing my decision of choosing the safe path based on, is this the right move? I was just basing it on the thing that I don't want to get, like I was playing it safe, not because it made sense, but because I was afraid of the fear of the risk, right? And so I went a couple rounds without choosing the risky path. And then my son still kept choosing it. And then I asked him, I said, that's so interesting. Why won't I let myself choose the risky path, even though it makes sense in the game right now? And he said, because of that one round you played, Mom. And I said, what round? He said, the round where you got the 2 taxes back to back. Because of that fear, now you will refuse to play that hand, even though it makes sense in the game to play that round. And I swear to God, I had this like mind-blowing moment, and I was like, this needs to be a live stream. Because that's what we all do. There's like this one little thing that happens, and instead of like extracting lessons and gold from that and then alchemizing it, we just avoid that thing, even though it doesn't make sense in the rest of your life to avoid that thing. And let me tell you, if God wants you to learn that lesson, it will keep showing up in areas of your life repeatedly until you learn the lesson. So it is in your best interest to learn the lesson as quickly as possible, extract the magic, extract the juice, and then move on to what the right moves are, not the safe moves. Most people are so stuck in the safe moves that it doesn't even make sense for them to be playing in the safe moves all the time. Feminine Rose said, yes, I feel embarrassed when I think of some of the things I've done and put up with in the past. I'm a successful woman today, but those memories are definitely cramping my self-concept. So if there's still lodged there, there's a couple things I want you to do. One, I want you to separate the thing from the emotion that it brings up, work through the emotion, and this work is going to be in the Basic Babe Bundle, the Nervous System Reboot, and or the Lady Balls Intensive, which you can get on its own, or you can get it as part of the 99 realm. It unlocks in month 2, unless you have the annual pass, which you have access to all the courses at once. I really highly recommend this for people that really value healing and like really just putting all of the stuff to the past. If you don't want to carry this baggage for the rest of your life, highly recommend just like work through it. It will take you max worst case scenario a day, but you can be over the thing in 30 minutes. Like, why would you not give yourself that gift? So separate the two things, work through the emotions, and then with the mental part, what I want you to do is journal on what's the gold here. Think of it almost like a video game where that it's not a mistake, you're getting the gold coins or the lifelines, the things that you get to use later, like in Super Mario Brothers, right? Like there's things that you get to save and then you get to use them later in the game. This is the same thing with what we know as mistakes, is that they're actually lifelines and tools that you need to extract and keep in your pocket or in your purse. And then later on in life, you're going to pull those out. You're going to need those hands. Those things are actually going to serve you. Okay. So the next thing I want to say is I want to talk about we have this really interesting polarity of trust. So the masculine and the feminine metabolizes trust very differently. This is why a man can make a mistake and get over it faster, or overlook their own mistakes, or like not make a big deal out of it, but a woman will let it cripple her. And a lot of times with my masculine and feminine energetics work, I always, I'll tell you guys, I'll warn you guys that this is not a gender thing, it's a masculine feminine thing. This thing that I'm about to tell you is a gender thing. So it's masculine and feminine, but it's also gender coded. And what I mean by gender coded is that if you are born in a male body, then there's certain coding there that you're more likely to do this, whether versus if you're born in a female body. So this thing is gender coded. Hi, Joe. Of course you're here. I missed you. And here you are. Okay. So the way that the masculine works with trust is over a long time of consistency. The way that the feminine deals with trust is moment to moment, okay? And you can use this to your advantage. So let's talk about the male, the gender male coded. So let's think about two alphas in the caveman days, okay? Let's say they've been hunting together for 10 years. In fact, their fathers hunted together and their great-grandfathers hunted together. So there actually is like a generational history and trust of hunting together. And let's say that today, Hunter 2 makes a big mistake that can almost get Hunter 1 killed. But Hunter 1 is not going to instantly say, I can't trust you anymore. You've broken my trust. Because the way that this hunter is coded is it's through the long haul. It's like trust over time. And so he's going to overlook this one little mistake or two little mistakes or three little mistakes or four little mistakes. And he's going to look at the longevity of that relationship when looking at trust. How the female is coded differently with trust is because women back in the day, in the cavewoman days, were obviously more vulnerable because pregnancy, and we're not like as related to testosterone, we are the weaker gender. It's just the fact. We're stronger in other ways, like equal power, but different, right? When it comes to testosterone and childbearing and being very vulnerable and dependent during pregnancy and young children, we're the more vulnerable gender. So because of that, we developed a different mechanism for trust. Someone can show up for you consistently for 10 years, but if they're acting off right now, we can't take the risk. Because if I take the risk of giving you a second chance, but you're acting shady as hell right now, you could not only put my life at risk, but you can put my children's life at risk. And so with the feminine, with the female coding, trust is like moment to moment. I can't trust you right now. And the heart will collapse and we'll just be kind of guarded. Okay. So because of this, our concept of not only trust outward, but self-concept of like trusting ourselves, it's very much coded in how am I showing up? Am I trustworthy now? Am I trustworthy now? Am I trustworthy now? And when we have things that get lodged in, it's like harder for us to forgive that thing. Because our definition of trust is so much more, it's more vulnerable. It puts us at more risk. And so if you don't take the time to clear the energy of the thing within yourself or with other people, it can get lodged in as like this very deep psychological, I can't trust you and I'm going to die. Okay. So in my marriage, we've made it okay and acceptable for me to be able to say, I can't trust you right now. Even though he is my husband of 16 years, who has consistently showed up for me through ups and downs, and even the parts of my psyche that were like, I cannot possibly reveal this to another human being. This is the part that no one can love. He's loved me through those parts as well. But because I'm in a woman's body, I have female coding around trust, and he knows that. He also knows that through my consciousness, I can invoke the masculine part that says, even though Irfan is showing up in this way right now in this moment, he has shown up consistently through 16 years of our marriage. Do you realize I just went into the mental plane to be able to access that? But because he wants me to remain in my feminine, he wants me to be more in my body, in my feminine, in my feelings. We've made it okay for me to be like, ouch, I can't trust you in this moment, without him getting like, hey, for 16 years I've shown up with you, for you, because that's the way the masculine does trust, the feminine does not. So this is how I do trust in a two-body practice. But in a single body practice, I need to be able to trust myself. Okay. And so what I'm asking you to do is be able to go into the masculine and say, wait a minute. Yes, I've had those two incidences where I wasn't trustworthy. I was out of integrity, out of alignment. However, I do have this, like, all these other examples and timelines where I was showing up as a trustworthy person. I can trust myself. I back myself up. I am a trustworthy person. And so from the masculine, when you're journaling, you can extract the gold. And then you can say, well, what happened in those two situations, or in that one situation that I'm calling a mistake, and it's ruining my entire self-concept of trust. Extract the gold and then clean up the energy around that. Clean up the energy. So that's how I want you to do it in your masculine. How I want you to do it in your feminine is, again, going into the body, extracting where it's lodged in your system and transmuting it. And that's where the Lady Balls Intensive, Self-Aware Basic Babe Bundle, or Nervous System Reboot, any three of those, start with whatever one calls to your heart, and that's going to help you transmute that. Put it to rest, because you are a powerful woman. You can trust yourself. Decide that you get to trust yourself and move in accordingly. However, if you don't do the other two steps, remember that it's going to be pulling you back. Why not just spend the 30 minutes, an hour or so, and clear your body, show up with really clean energy so that you can move as a woman that trusts herself. You can move as a person that's worthy of your own trust. Understanding now the two very unique paradigms of masculine and feminine trust. Okay. Charlie said, wow, that makes so much sense. Beautiful. She said, I adapted some of your inner work prompts from Lady Balls for my business. I have an operations consultancy. Inner work touches all parts of life, 1000%. And here's the thing. For people that do not value lifelong growth, lifelong success, lifelong love, rapture, romance, wealth, they don't have to do inner work. They can just be working with whatever is, like, they could just be going to basic level safety and park themselves there. 97% of the world population likes that. That's what they value, is that, hey, as long as my head is above water, I'm safe, I have food, I'm good. People like us, we are like, okay, got to safety, check. What else is there? Oh, what else can I have? Okay, yes, I have a base level relationship. Can I have romance? Can I have more intimacy? Can I have more depth? Can we add wealth to it? Can we add a conscious parenting paradigm to it? Can we add a conscious team in our business? Can we add healing the planet? For us, inner work becomes essential, because we're not just looking to survive. We're here as visionaries, as innovators, as leader, right? We're the ones with the patents and the IP and the intellectual assets and the family that everyone looks up to, and the kind of children that we know are going to be the next level leaders of humanity. Like, when you want that, inner work becomes essential, and you just value it because you're like, yes, there's more. You're not doing inner work because you're broken. Now you're doing inner work because you're like, okay, what's the next level in the video game that I get to unlock? Right? We don't play video games and go to the next level because there's something wrong with us. We do it because it's fun. We want to push our limits. We want to go beyond our capacity. We want to increase that capacity. We want to build on that. Okay. So I have this class that's coming up that I want to talk about in 99 realm. So my goal with this 12 course curriculum 99 realm, and I want to talk about, let me know if anyone wants me to explain what I mean by 99 realm, because I haven't explained that here. I've explained it in Money Money Come to Me Play Shop, but not publicly. So let me know if anyone needs me to clean that up for you guys. So my goal with the 99 realm membership is that it's a 12-month curriculum, meaning you get 12 courses in there that are going to give you the healing transmissions, rifts, inner work, so that you can graduate to your next level. And the way it works is, for those of you guys that sign up for the monthly part, is that you get a course a month. So if you sign up today, you get a course today, and then in 30 days, another course unlocks, and in 30 days, another course unlocks. It's like another video game level unlocks for you for 12 months. But here's the thing. There's only 10 courses in there right now. And so in March, in this month, on March 7th, I'm adding the 11th course, which is called Courage. Okay. And then in April, I'm adding the 12th course, which is called Power. And once these two courses are added, it's like a complete 12 course curriculum. So right now, if you have the annual pass, or if you're grandmothered in because you had the previous version of this membership, you have access to all 10 courses at once, and then you get to join me live for March and April for the two courses, and then the curriculum is complete. So anyone who buys the annual pass today will get to join us on March 7th for Courage, and then in April for Power, and then you just have the 12 courses that you can work through in a year time frame. But if you have the monthly, then a course unlocks every month. So if you need me to explain any of that, I can do that. Christian said, I just finished God transmission. That's one of the transmissions in 99 Realm. Wow, that's a banger of a course. Like everything in there is just so like transformation coded that everything is just going to unlock just other areas. And here's the thing, the courses compound on each other. So I'm just really, really, really proud of that space that I've created. Now, if you are in Kainath, University Bundle, or All the Things Bundle, you get access to the 99 Realm, the annual version, which means all the courses are unlocked for you at the same time, and you get to join us live for the Courage one and the Power one. AJ said, what does 99 Realm mean? Okay, so I would love to answer that question. Thank you for asking. So I believe, and obviously quantum physics backs me up, that the planet that we're living on right now, what you can see as far as this planet and all the other planets and all the matter that's available for us to see, is less than 1% of what's available. And this is actually scientifically true. The created matter is it's like less than 1% of what's available. So 99 realm, 99% of what's available hasn't been created yet. It's the unseen. It's raw material. It's raw potential. It's the source material. It's the ingredients. Okay. So most people live in the 1% realm. And the 1% realm means if I can see it, it exists. And they need proof. They need to be able to see it to believe it. They say, show it to me first, and then I will believe it. Okay? And so these are the people, even when they believe in God, it's like, show me the proof. I need the proof. They can't have faith beyond what they can see. They work and stay in the 1% realm. People who are the top 1% people, they live in the 99 realm. They are creating. They are creators. They're like, yeah, I see what's been created. Yes, I see that. What else is there? What else can I create? How can I participate in creation? What hasn't been created yet? What is the raw potential? So another way of saying this, people who live in the 1% realm play only in the field of predictability. What can I see? What can I touch? What has already been created? That's what I live in. That's what I believe in. That's what I have faith in, because there's proof of that. Okay. People who live in the 99 realm, right? They are living in the field of potentiality. They're like, yeah, I see what's been created. Amazing. Good job. What else is there that I can create? They play with the raw ingredients. They are always in the field of potentiality. Okay. Now, people who always need certainty, like someone else needs to give them certainty, they can't go in the 99 realm, because the 99 realm is very uncertain. You're just literally creating things. You need to be able to believe in things before you can see them. And so that can be really scary for people that only play in the field of predictability. This is what I can see and touch. I'm going to just park myself here. So I created the 99 realm membership for spiritual, driven, feminine, high performance, high achieving women like us, multi-passionate, multi-talented, that want to be plugged into the grid of playing in the 99 realm, in the raw material. People who value creation, people who value life beyond just safety. That's who it's for. Because in the real world, it's very easy to plug into the fear grids of the 1% world, right? Like everything is just about be afraid, be careful, look out, watch out, don't do this, something wrong can happen, don't do risk, play it safe. And so even people like us that are spiritual, driven, we want to be in the 99 realm, there's this pull of the 1% realm pulling us. And so I created this really sacred space for you to be able to plug into. And so you can do this monthly and have it one course a month, or you can go with the VIP annual pass, and I'll have all 10 courses unlocked today. And then you can join us live on March 7th for Courage, and join us live in April for Power. I'm currently taking Goddess of Gold transmission, and it is tying in with what I learned in Lady Ball's transmission, Landing Deeper. It's created that way. Thank you so much for sharing that, Alma. It's created to compound. And it's going to activate things that are your experiences, that are your lessons, is your own phoenix, that is your own alchemy, that it's just going to activate all of those things, because it's teaching you to stay in the 99 realm as much as humanly possible. Now, this isn't about perfection, it's about progress, because you are going to have moments. I have moments where I plug into the 1% grid and it feels off to me. I'm not used to living there, right? Now, people who are used to the 1% realm, 99 realm might feel off to them in the beginning, because it can be scary when you're used to just living in the field of predictability. I can only play with what I can see and what's in front of me. Yeah. Let me see if there's any things else that I had missed. Thank you so much. I have the nervous system reset. Yeah, it's one of my favorite things. Nervous system reboot, lady balls, basic babe. Those are kind of like the foundational pillars of my inner work. Once you have those, everything else builds on it. And so for those of you guys that are like, Mina, you have too many things, where do I start? I would highly recommend starting with one of those three: basic babe bundle, nervous system reboot, or lady balls. Now, if you are like completely new to my work, you're like, I don't even know how your teaching style is, because all I've seen is your live streams. I have this class called the Frequency of Masterclass, which is a transmission on, Frequency of Certainty Masterclass. It's a transmission. It's still not me teaching. It's more of a transmission base, but there's elements of teaching in it. And I purposely designed this and put a cover charge of $22 for someone that's like, I don't know what it's like to buy something paid from you yet. I want to suss you out. That's going to be a great place for you to plug into. There's also a add-on at the checkout for the Money Play with Me Money Come to Me Play Shop, which is a teaching and a transmission. So if you couple that, it's a low investment way to find out if we are meant to work together. If we're a vibe, if we're a couple, you'll find out by plugging into that. Anything else coming up for you guys through this transmission? If I can deepen anything for you guys. I'm really enjoying these Sunday riffs transmissions that we guys have been doing this time together. Mariana said, makes me think of a quote. It's only delusional until it's done. Whenever I take big leaps, magic happens. The word certainty always comes to mind. Yes, yes. And so people that are more in the field of predictability, their certainty comes from safety. And that can be a big kind of limiting factor. And I get it. Like when I wasn't safe, all I could think about was becoming safe. But the minute I got safe, I was like, ooh, what else is there? I want to live beyond just safety. And yeah, and so to the rest of the people, we could seem delusional. Frequency of certainty is gold. I played it just 6 hours before meeting a client. It just takes you into a queen zone. I've been in your universe for 5 years now. It's great for everyone. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that, Feminine Rose. I appreciate that. So even for someone that's been in our world, we've been playing together for 5 years now, that one is, it's designed to just activate you and give you that like boost of power and knowing in the depth of your soul of who God designed you to be. So I'm so glad you got value out of it. I've been getting DMs on Instagram, people saying, I can't believe this was $22. I'm like, yep, there's a small cover charge. You get to get that boost, that transmission, that riff, and see if we're a good match for deeper work. This makes me think of Maslow's needs. Yes. Oh my God. Yes. I love that pyramid and stuff. Yes. Once you get there, some people just want to park there to the safety, and some people are like, I want more. I want more. Laura said, I have read Lady Balls 2 times already. I love it. Is the course different, or you have the book better another course? No, the course is different. So the course is really deep inner work. It's like, I would call it really deep identity work. And so it gives you in it happened over 3 days, but you can binge watch it, but it did happen over 3 days. There was a 4th VIP day, but it's a 3-day intensive. And basically in 3 days, you have power over your emotions, your thoughts, your feelings, which actually gives you power over your states, which gives you power over your identity and your self-concept. So no, the Lady Balls course is different than the book. The book is a great entry work to know my values, what I stand for. And then my courses have actually my frameworks and my teachings in them. So that's how even YouTube is different. Because a lot of people ask me, and even some of my business clients ask me, how do I know what to put in my public content versus in my paid content? And I have a very good like system of that. Let me know if that's something you guys are interested in, and we can do a live stream or a training on my other channel, my business channel, my money channel, on that, because that will help you understand why they benefit each other. There's another thing I want to say that's coming through. I just want to give a really big shout out to my Kainat students. And I want to tell you guys something behind the scenes that you may not know about my Kainat students. So Kainat is my close proximity 1-year container. Really deep work in there that we're doing with just badass spiritual women. And what was really surprising for me when I created Kainat, and we're in the first year. I created it in August. I launched it of last year. We're in the first year, and this I'm planning on keeping that as like my forever home. In fact, my vision long term for my business is that all roads lead to Kainat. Like that's the one that becomes the home for all of us. We take other things to prepare ourselves for that. But ultimately Kainat is like my home. I love it. And so I give really high level mentorship in there. As you can imagine, it's my deepest container. What was really shocking for me is I do this really deep work with women and they'll message me afterwards and be like, Mina, you have to teach this on YouTube. And the reason that it really surprised me, as it shouldn't, because these are just the women that I call into my work, it shouldn't surprise me, but it just opened up my heart even more. And why it was surprising is I'm like, okay, these women are paying thousands of dollars for this mentorship with me. And their thought is in, yes, I get to have Mina's like most deepest work and transmissions, the most current of everything to myself. Their thought is, yes, I paid for this and I have this, and she needs to teach this publicly. And so a lot of times I'll have these transmissions, these riffs, this inner work, and they'll DM me saying, this was gold, teach it on YouTube. And I'm feeling emotional just even saying this because I'm looking at these women going, wow, 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 wow. What a overflow of abundance you live in, that instead of saying, yes, I paid for this and I get to have this and I'm so glad, you're saying, yes, I paid for this, I get to have this and I'm so glad. Mina, teach this publicly on YouTube. Do you see what I'm trying to say? Like, I was like, wow, you have expanded my heart, because I would have think you would want me to keep that just for you, but you're willing to sponsor that by paying for it and saying, Mina, that you need to teach this to the world because it's changed my life and I want this to change other people's life. And when I tap into this energy, I just want to just wrap these women up in the tightest hug and just say, I love you so much. I see your big heart. I see your overflow. I see that you live in abundance. And I just honor you so much. And I want you guys to just take a moment and just wrap these women in a deep, big hug and send them the most positive energy, that may all their deepest desires come true. May all their biggest potential activate. May they always be graded in divine protection and potential. And that may everything become a path of light and love for them. Because this YouTube content is sponsored by them. You know, when you're watching something and it says sponsored by, my free content on YouTube is sponsored by the people that are investing in Kainat, investing in the courses, in the 99 realm, in the level of queens, and their generosity. Like, these are people that are not like, yes, I get to have this by myself. Their generosity is, yes, I get to pay for this. And Mina, can you also teach it on for free? Like, what? Tap into the energy of that level of generosity. So I just wanted to just shine a little spotlight on them. Nisha said, I'm halfway watching your independent and then love video from last week, and it's such an eye-opener. That makes me so happy, Nisha. I'm so happy to hear that. Generosity, that defines you and your ladies, Mina. Oh, I just love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. These are the women that I call into my work. I'm so blessed. I use Lady Balls as my textbook. Oh, that makes me so happy. It's the Universe Guru, like our channel textbook. And okay, so Nisha said, Mina, can you do more videos about the stage after getting the ring and getting married? Yes. Last October, you relaunched Get the Ring Now. I bet there's a bunch of us women who have now proposals. Yes. And all of them a lot of them are in Wifed right now. And so in Wifed, we're taking that journey, that initiation into wifehood. And we have a lot of women in there that are engaged, even married. We have women in there that are looking to get engaged, and we're going deeper. And so as I'm teaching that, from their overflow, they'll inform me what they want me to riff on YouTube, and I will be doing that. Nisha said, I will be getting married very soon. Yes, Nisha, congratulations. We're just locking it in for you. And by the way, Wifed has already started, but the backdoor entrance to that is if you sign up for Kainaat, you get a year with me and your year starts today, whenever you sign up. And so here's the cheat code. If you were to sign up for Kainaat today, you would get Wifed this version and you'd get it again. So when we relaunch it next year, you'd get it again. So that's kind of a cheat code. So for example, the people that signed up for Kainat in January and February, I have 4 group coaching sessions that rotate in there. So they got to rewatch the entrepreneur group coaching session, and then they'll join us again in August. So it's kind of a cheat code. So whenever you join, you get to have the previous version to binge, and then you get to join us for the live version. So you always get a recorded version and a live version coming up. Mariana said, Mina, you mentioned that to trust within yourself, you have to feel safety besides the human safety shelter food. What other ways women feel the safety? Can you elaborate on that? Thank you. Yes, Mariana. So the work in nervous system reboot. So the actual feeling safe in your nervous system and in your body happens from that library of resources. So in that nervous system reboot, I gave you the library of resources. And then there's also in module 3, is it 2? In 2 or 3, there's also the subconscious exercise where I have you do the numbers, the alignment exercise. So when you put those two together, what it's going to do is the nervous system stuff will start healing like the mental plane and then the body. And then the subconscious will start like working on those core beliefs that you have. So there's internal safety and then there's external safety. But because we are in this human body, the outside safety can interrupt the inner safety, and the inner safety or lack thereof can interrupt the outer safety. So we want to create both. Okay. And so I believe in the nervous system reboot, I called it the true inner safety versus the circumstantial safety. You need both. You need both. Circumstantial safety is everyone's acting exactly how I need them. Everything, like I woke up on the right side of the bed, the stars and the moons align, and everything's good, so I can now feel safe. But if anything gets wobbly, don't do that. I need you to not do this. Could you not wear that? Could you not chew like that? When you only have circumstantial safety, you need everything to always be aligned. Nothing can go wobbly, right? Now, of course, we get to have circumstantial safety, but it's kind of fickle if you don't have inner safety. So what I'm teaching you to do in the nervous system reboot is create the inner safety, because you need both. When I have inner safety and we miss our flight, or we're running late, or someone's chewing with their mouth open, it's not going to throw me off, because internal safety can anchor me in those moments where the outer stuff is kind of wobbly. Yeah? Mariana, let me know if that lands for you. Free Spirit said, your YouTube content and courses are both gold. I've learned so much. This topic came at a good time as learning to trust myself again to make better choices. And just simply deciding, I get to trust myself. I'm deciding to trust myself, and then taking little aligned actions. And aligned doesn't mean easy. I have an alignment masterclass in the Level Up Queens on YouTube here. Highly recommend. Alignment does not mean easy. It means you do the things that are in accordance and in integrity to your personal values. Mani, thank you so much. I love you for your generosity, and I love that you're giving me in AED. I get that Dubai money right here. Thank you. Thank you. That feels some kind of way for me. I like it. Thank you. I received that. Mariana said, thank you for your explanation. You have to have both. Makes sense. Yes, you get to have both, right? Now, sometimes I'll have students and clients saying, Mina, there is no way I can create circumstantial safety right now. Like I live with my parents or I'm with roommates and it's chaos and I just have no control. So in those moments, I'm like, okay, babe, I hear you. Let's work on the inner safety right now because you need more reserve of that when your outside is out of control. However, knowing that you get to have that eventually, but maybe right now at this exact moment, it's not in the cards. That landed right where it needed to. Thank you. Nisha said, your videos are truly life-changing, Mina. Thank God I found you. I use the tools I learned from you every single day, Nisha. I'm sending you so much love. I appreciate you just giving me all of this appreciation. I'm taking it all in. Thank you. Thank you. You know, as a projector, that stuff just activates us on a whole nother level. And if you think this is going to help someone, share it. I would love for you guys to share it on your socials, share it with your friends and family. I appreciate that. Free Spirit said, yes, it's been tough actually. Working on my nervous system to feel safe and heal my inner child. Thought I healed from the past, but God brought me new lessons to go deeper. Yes, and it doesn't mean you didn't heal from the past. It just means inner work happens in layers. And there is a scientific reason for this. Our psyche it can't handle all the inner work at once. It just can't. You would have a psychological meltdown if all your inner work showed up at the same time to heal. I would not wish that on anyone. Happening in layers ensures that our nervous system can handle the things that are coming forth. That's where the saying God won't take you anything, he won't take you to anything he can't take you through comes from. He's only going to give what you can really chew on and handle right now. I know sometimes it's intense, but he trusts you more than you trust yourself a lot of times. That's what's happening. So once you deal with that, there's a rest and digest period. There's a normalizing period, and then the next layer will show up. And then the next layer will show up. You can handle duality. I promise you, you can handle duality, okay? You got this. And it's going to be in layers. That doesn't mean you didn't do your inner work before. It just means we're unlocking the next level. It's just like if I'm playing video games, if a new level unlocks, it doesn't mean I didn't play the other levels. It just means there's a new level. And sometimes the levels might look similar, but there's different lessons. There's different levels to each level. Yeah? Something else was coming through from what you said, and I just lost it. Let me see if I can catch that stream. Let me reread your second. I remember. Tomorrow in Wifed, we're having a sister play date. And your inner child work has reminded me. I need to send out this email. I didn't send it out. I'm going to have someone on my team send it out. But for all of you guys in Wifed, we're having our sister play date, which you do know about. But here's what I forgot to tell you. Dress as your inner child for tomorrow. That's the play date. We're going to do some exercises in there and have a full-on play date integration work. And it would be useful for you to be dressed as your inner child. So sisterhood play date, remind them to dress in inner child work as their inner child. Is there anyone watching here that's from Wifed? If you guys can let them know in the Telegram for me, I would appreciate it. Let them know Mina just announced dress as your inner child tomorrow. Awesome. Anything else coming up for you? That seems so fun. Love that. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's our first sisterhood call. We've had our sessions, but I wanted to do some integration calls as well. So it's gonna be a play date. Awesome. Let me see if there's something else coming through from the collective before I let you guys go. Is everyone clear on like how the 99 realm works? I know we've had some questions because I recently relaunched it. The application for Kainat is in the description box. All the things bundle link is in there. The frequency of certainty masterclass is in there. Nervous system reboot is there. And of course, my team is always here to support you. You can email us at support@TheUniverseGuru.com if you have questions. Anything else coming through for you guys? Your work helped me pull myself out of a domestic violence situation. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that you were in that situation. I'm a therapist myself, but it was your work that slipped me into getting out of that situation. I'm so happy for you, gorgeous. I'm so happy you're safe, you're thriving, you're creating, you have an abundant life. Extract those lessons, get that gold out of there, and then help the planet with your healing, with your medicine. Free Spirit said, thank you. True, I was disappointed when lessons reemerged. Inner child work, inner safety is my priority at the moment. Beautiful, beautiful. And we have inner child work in Basic Babe Bundle as well. There's like a module in there on that if you guys need support with that. So your work helps people in any life situation if they are certain about making life changes, even extreme abuse. Love you. Thank you, babe. Thank you for sharing that. That's where I've struggled with explaining my work. When people ask, right, like, what's the payoff? What's the result? It's hard for me to put that into, that's why I let my students answer for me. I let my clients answer because it's going to be so different. There's people that have joined my business courses and they say their relationship got transformed. Their relationship with God got transformed. Their relationship with food got transformed. I can't put that on the sales page of a business course, but every woman is going to take this work and it's going to heal the aspects that needs to heal for her. And so I do struggle with explaining things when people are like, oh, what's the result I can get from this? I'm like, just talk to my students, read the reviews on the sales page. And that's why these testimonials that you guys are putting here literally publicly are so important, because in those they can see themselves. They can say, oh, okay, this is deep healing work. Yes, you're going to make money. Yes, you're going to manifest the man of your dreams. Yes, all of those things happen in my world, but it's so much deeper than that too, right? Because your relationship with yourself changes. Your relationship with the world changes. How you see God, your body, your place in the world, your sense of belonging, who you are, the medicine that you offer to the planet shifts. How do you put that in words? I don't know. I struggle to trust my parents because I feel they might unintentionally misguide me, like they did before, which led to a lot of suffering. I struggle to trust them because they made my childhood difficulty. So here's the thing. There's two legs to this. If someone is giving me advice, right? Is it really them I'm mistrusting, or am I mistrusting myself? So here's how I would uncouple this. I am an adult now, okay? And here's a practice that I can give you. These are practices I put in my courses. I don't usually give these publicly, but I'm going to give this to you, okay? So you're going to do this exercise and you're going to say, that was then and this is now. That was then and this is now. You're going to pull up the thing in your consciousness. My parents giving me bad advice that put me in a difficult situation. That was then and this is now. That was then and this is now. That was then and this is now. What this is going to do is the timeline will separate for you. Instead of getting lodged in your subconscious as my parents give me bad advice, it's being separated. Once it's separated, you now see that was then and this is now, okay? You're seeing that you were a child then and you're an adult now. Because you're an adult now, okay, you don't have to take their advice. So for example, with my adult son, when I give him advice, I know that it's just advice. I know that he is an adult grown man, right? And so how he responds is, thank you so much for sharing. That's good advice. Thank you. And then he sits with that and he discerns, as a grown man, he discerns whether he wants to take that advice, not take that advice, take parts of the advice, take it later. But he gets to decide that. He is a sovereign full being, right? But he's an adult now. So he's not saying, oh, mom told me to do this thing at 5 and it was really scary, and so I'm not going to listen to her now when I'm 20. He's a grown man now. He has discernment. He has the right to decide. He has agency. And so we want to separate those timelines in your consciousness. So do the exercise, pull up the thing, do the exercise, and that will help you. Okay. There is a framework in Lady Balls, a state framework that I gave in there that will, once you've done this, that will also take it to the next level. Thank you so much, Mina. I love you. You're so welcome, babe. I'm so glad that was helpful. Yeah, what we want to do is we want to come back to now. You know, as grown people, as independent people, as spiritual people, as driven people, the less we're like still stuck in that child consciousness and letting the inner child make the decisions, the less suffering there is. Because a child cannot be running our grown empires that we've created. The inner child cannot be running our relationships. Yeah. I also struggle to move ahead because somewhere my pain and suffering goes as unseen, the hidden benefit of holding on to pain. Yeah, I see that. So my first question for you would be, are you willing to? Because a lot of people unknowingly want to struggle. They don't realize that, but they're addicted to it. The human default setting, as I've talked about in my book, is suffering. And so you need to be willing. Some people are not willing. You'd be surprised how many people I've asked this question who, when they think about it, they're like, actually, I'm not willing to let this down. I'm not willing to give up the suffering. They get something out of it. And so we wouldn't want to waste time coaching someone that is not willing in this moment, right? We need to put that down first. We need to be willing first. And so these exercises will help you once you're willing. You have to decide that. So I am the kind of person that I'm always willing to let go of any suffering. Any new ones that come up, I notice it, I'm willing to let go of it. I came here not to suffer, to be abundant, to grow, to evolve, to lead a whole society and couple of generations into healing. So I'm willing to put down my own suffering. Takes work, not saying it's easy, but I'm always willing. So that would be the most important question you can ask yourself is, am I willing? I freaking love these conversations. Okay, ladies, help a girl out here. What's the next transmission? What are we riffing on next? What's the collective vibe? I'm going to tap into it too, but I would love some suggestions from you guys as well. Something lands, I'm like, that sounds good, we'll do that the next one. I have a whole just time that just opened up, space that just opened up last week. And so there's going to be some yumminess coming up over here. And by the way, ladies, I'm doing this new thing, and I did this last time too, after this transmission. So while I'm transmitting this, AI is making notes, and I take those AI notes and I send them out via email. So you kind of can get like the transmission notes, and then I put like journal prompts in them, things where you can deepen. So if you are not on my email list, this might be a really great time for you to sign up. And so I will throw that link for you guys as well. It is in the description box, but I'll throw it for you. Get on the email list if you want to help like deepen some of these transmissions that I've been sharing with you. Christian said, $1 million babe level of leadership. Ooh, that sounds like, so leadership, money, business, I'll see you on the other channel. Okay. In fact, I need to see, I think my kids are in tutoring for another hour. I might just like hop on the other channel after this. We'll wrap this up and I'll join you in $1 Million Babes if you want to talk about money and leadership and business. Something on improving our health and beauty. Oh my God, that one's coming. I already have the branding for that one done. That one's coming. Should that be the next one? It was called Inner and Outer Beauty. So here's the deal. Let me just full disclosure. There was this course that one of my students had recommended about beauty. She wanted me to talk about beauty because she said that she saw my beauty change and evolve over like my work on YouTube, and she wants to activate more of that. It happened with her too. She sent me before and after pictures, and she's always beautiful, but like you can see there's deepening in her beauty. And so she wanted me to create a course. And so she's a university bundle. So I'm like, yes, we'll do it. And the name that came up for the course was Noor. Noor means inner light in Arabic, in my culture. And so I had the branding done. My team created everything. And I let Kainat students know. And then they were so excited. And then all of a sudden, all these other courses came through, like the speed course, velocity, momentum, speed course, and my communications course is coming. And the excitement for that being a course started fizzling in me. And then, but I had already said I was going to do it. And so I was sitting with that. I was journaling on that. And the download I got is that don't turn it into a course. Let that be free. So for Noor, instead of making it a course, I'm actually just going to do it on YouTube. So I'm going to go ahead and do a transmission and a riff on that. And so I have the course branding, which I'll just end up using for my YouTube live. So that is coming. Okay. I'm already in that course energetically. Well, you just manifested it because I've decided I'm just going to do it on YouTube. More ways to get back to power and sisterhood and friends. Ooh, okay. Joe, I know you're in Wifed. Tomorrow in the play date, we're doing some more of the power stuff, like the integration. So you're gonna love tomorrow's play date. Come dressed as your inner child to get more out of it. It's gonna be a lot of fun tomorrow. Yeah. All right, ladies, thank you so much for joining me. I just had such a blast. I live for these transmissions and these rifts. I didn't know I was manifesting that too. Awesome, Ishrat. Yes. I'd rather just do that one here and then lead that to my Dream Girl course, which is my confidence and beauty course. Anyways, we don't need two versions of it. All right, babes, love you so much. I will see you in all the places. And I might hop on my other channel. I'm going to go check my kids' schedule. And then I will see you guys on it. I love you so much.